You know what's absolutely hilarious? Prince Harry thought he'd survive the worst of it. The man literally said, "I'm done with drama," and moved to California thinking he could escape the chaos. But guess what just landed on his doorstep like a flaming bag of dog poop? South Park is back, baby. And they're coming for him and Meghan with a vengeance that would make Gordon Ramsay proud. Now listen, we've all seen couples fight, but have you ever seen a couple panic so hard they turn their mansion into something that looks like NASA mission control? Because that's exactly what's happening in Montecito right now. Harry's literally sleeping with his phone on vibrate mode. And no, it's not because he's expecting a booty call from his old army buddies. This man is checking Reddit and Discord at 3 a.m. like he's hunting for cryptocurrency tips. You want to know how bad it's gotten? The Duke of Sussex, yes, the same guy who used to party naked in Vegas, is now rewatching the original South Park episode over and over again like it's the Zapruder film. He's analyzing every single frame, probably taking notes like, okay, they made fun of my bald spot here, what's next? The man has become a cartoon conspiracy theorist about his own life. But here's where it gets absolutely bonkers. And trust me, you're not ready for this. Meghan has gone full CEO mode. And when I say CEO mode, I don't mean she's wearing power suits and drinking green smoothies. No. This woman is snapping at assistants like she's Anna Wintour on a bad hair day, demanding daily reports about cartoon storylines like she's running the Pentagon. Their house staff describe the vibe as less family estate, more war room. Can you imagine working there right now? Good morning, Your Royal Highness. Here's your coffee and today's South Park threat assessment. The funniest part? They've got digital dashboards tracking #sentiment. Digital dashboards. For a cartoon, it's like having a weather station for your feelings. Today's forecast, 70% chance of mockery with scattered periods of sarcasm. Their lawyers are dialing in from LA and London, sending emails with subject lines like, Emergency Response Plan B17. B17. That means they've scrapped 16 other plans. What were the first 16? Plan A, cry. Plan B, cry harder. Plan C, move to Mars. You know what the lawyers told them. And this is the kicker that'll make you spit out your drink. You can't sue South Park unless they claim Meghan gave birth to a dolphin or Harry moonlights as a flat earther. I'm dying. That's literally the legal threshold for stopping a cartoon. The bar is so low it's practically underground, and somehow they still can't reach it. One lawyer even joked that if they sent a cease and desist letter, South Park would probably read it out loud in the next episode with voices and all. Can you imagine Cartman doing Harry's accent? Oh my god, you guys, I'm totally ceasing and desisting. But wait, it gets even more ridiculous, because apparently, they tried to call in favors from their Hollywood friends. Picture this. Harry, who once had the entire British Army at his disposal, is now begging Netflix executives like, pretty please, can you make the cartoon people be nice to me? The response, we love you both, but this is South Park. No one tells them what to cut. One executive literally said, comedy is currency and they own the mint. That's the coldest rejection since, it's not you, it's me. Then Meghan tried to rally her influencer army. You know, all those wellness coaches and lifestyle gurus who used to post aesthetic shots of her speeches. The plan? Get them to push the narrative that mocking a pregnant woman isn't edgy, it's misogynistic. Sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. Most of them said, I like Meghan, but the internet's in roast mode right now. I'm not diving into that fire pit. The ones who were willing to help wanted 5-figure payments. 5 figures. To defend someone against a cartoon. That's more expensive than my car. The internet has turned into a South Park episode before the actual South Park episode even aired. There's a viral TikTok showing Harry adjusting a real ring light in their Netflix documentary, edited side by side with the rumored South Park sketch. It's so brutal that the parody isn't even exaggerating anymore. It's just mirroring reality. When your real life becomes indistinguishable from a cartoon making fun of your life, you've reached a special level of cosmic irony that scientists haven't even discovered yet. The social media sentiment tracking shows 61% mockery, 27% sarcasm, 8% defense, and 4% undecided. That means 88% of the internet is having a laugh at their expense. The 4% undecided are probably just confused about what's real anymore. Wait, did Harry actually say that, or was that Cartman doing an impression? The defense squad is so small they could have their own support group meeting in a phone booth. Buckingham Palace is giving them the royal equivalent of being left on read. Complete silence. No support, no denials, no sympathy. Just one quiet line from inside the palace that's colder than a British winter. If he monetized the crown, he can't cry when it gets parroted. Ouch! That's his own family basically saying, you made your bed, now lie in it, while South Park jumps on it wearing muddy boots. 2 sponsors have already asked to revisit logo placement until things settle down. That's corporate speak for, we're not going down with the ship. It's like being at a party and watching everyone slowly back away from the guy who just said something really stupid. Meghan's Archwell brand is now being mocked in the same breath as Goop, and honestly, that might be the most devastating comparison yet. At least Goop sells actual products, even if they're overpriced candles that smell like, well, never mind. The crisis response document is now at version 23. 23. That's not a plan, that's a dissertation. They've analyzed every possible reaction from live interviews to total silence, and every single option has risks. If they go on TV and laugh it off, South Park could clip that laugh and stick it in another episode. If they stay silent, people think the jokes were too true to answer. If they get emotional, they confirm everyone's worst assumptions. It's like playing rock, paper, scissors, where every choice loses. Now here's where it gets really interesting, because their team came up with 2 exit strategies that are so ridiculous. Option 1, embrace the cringe. Release a casual video of Harry and Meghan laughing about the whole thing. Maybe strolling on the beach, maybe playing with the kids. Show they can take a joke and spin it into relatability. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. The risk is that if South Park clips their laughter and turns it into a recurring gag, it becomes the soundbite that haunts them forever. Imagine Cartman playing their laugh on repeat every episode. Remember when they thought this was funny? Ah ha ha ha. Option 2 is even better. Flip the mockery into a message. Launch a campaign against online bullying using the pregnancy parody as a teachable moment. Pull in maternal health experts. Donate to parenting nonprofits. Frame it as a broader conversation about cyberbullying. The problem? If it feels even slightly calculated, it gets called out as mockavism, using fake outrage to push a cause. The internet can smell insincerity from a mile away, and they'll roast you for trying to make them feel bad about laughing. You want to know what the real kicker is? And this is the part that shows you just how deep they've fallen. Their own staff described the atmosphere as emotional trench warfare. Harry's mood swings by the hour, hopeful after one strategy call, brooding by sunset. Meghan's become quieter, more focused on controlling internal leaks than external narratives. They're so paranoid about their own people that trust has completely broken down. It's like a reality show where everyone's plotting against each other, except the cameras are cartoon animators in Colorado. The monitoring dashboards show Harry's name trending daily, but rarely for reasons he'd want. Every day brings new parody clips, some showing cartoon Harry bumbling through ring light setups, others with fake Meghan shouting more sparkle, while a baby bump jiggles like a spring toy. TikToks go viral with fake behind-the-scenes edits. Influencers are duetting their own twerk reenactments for clout, and reaction videos are racking up millions of views. For most of the internet, it's just good content. For Harry, it's an avalanche that won't stop. Here's what's absolutely killing me about this whole mess. The man went from being third in line to the British throne to being the punchline of a cartoon, and he can't do anything about it except pace around his mansion, listening to meditation playlists like. He's preparing for war. Meanwhile, his wife is turning into a micromanaging boss from hell, their staff is jumping ship faster than passengers on the Titanic, and the internet is having the time of its life watching them spiral. The most brutal part? One internal memo reportedly said, "You can't parody a lie if it's already self-published." That line has become a dark joke whispered in their tense meetings. Imagine sitting in a crisis meeting and someone drops that bomb. Well, technically, they're not making fun of us, they're just showing everyone what we already showed them. It's like being roasted by your own reflection. And you know what the scariest part is for them? This isn't even about the cartoon anymore. It's about the terrifying power of a joke that sticks. If South Park creates just one memorable punchline, one phrase that catches fire, it becomes canon. Doesn't matter what the truth is. Perception becomes identity, and no podcast, charity event, or Instagram quote post can overwrite it. So here we are, watching two people who wanted privacy become the most publicly mocked couple on the planet, all because they couldn't resist the spotlight long enough to actually disappear into it. Harry thought he was escaping the royal fishbowl, but he just jumped into a different kind of aquarium, one where the fish are cartoon characters, and they're always hungry. The episode hasn't even aired yet, and they're already defeated. South Park has won without throwing a single punch, just by existing and being South Park. And honestly, that might be the most South Park thing that's ever happened. They've turned Harry and Meghan into living South Park characters before the actual South Park characters even showed up. Welcome to 2025, folks, where reality is stranger than fiction, and fiction is just reality with better animation.